Do you ever feel skeptical when using GitHub for research? Are you worried about the generalizability of your findings? I certainly am. The open source nature of accessible GitHub repositories means that projects developed by volunteers outnumber the enterprise ones. This can lead to biased research results. To address this issue, we developed a dataset of open source software developed mainly by enterprises rather than volunteers. This can be used to address generalizability concerns and also to investigate differences between volunteer and business software development. The projects were selected from GitHub by analyzing the GHTorrent dataset. The code and primary data associated with this study are openly available online. We constructed the dataset by noting that employees are likely to contribute to a project of their organization using the email account they've been given. First, we hard-filtered all commonly occurring domains to retain those associated with enterprises. We complemented this set with two additional sources, the domains of the Fortune Global 500 companies and those we extracted from the US Securities and Exchange Commission yearly company filings, namely Form 10K and 20F. We combined this superset with domains registered for GitHub organizations. Then, by looking at committer emails, we selected projects from registered organizations having a minimum number of committers appearing as their employees. To cover non-registered enterprises on GitHub, in each project we also ranked committers with enterprise emails by their number of commits. In this way, we obtained projects with committers from the same organizations as the topmost three. Next, to increase the dataset's quality, we removed project clones and only retained projects having more than the dataset's average stars, 14, and commits, 29. Finally, to provide context for the selected projects and the associated domains, we enriched the dataset with diverse details and metrics. We manually evaluated a random sample of 400 projects using established statistical methods. Konstantinos and Georgios individually labeled each project as enterprise or not, and then Zoe resolved their conflicts. Bootstrap method results establish a 95% confidence interval at 87 to 93% range. This means that about 15,000 to 16,000 projects of our dataset are expected to be truly enterprise developed. The dataset is provided as a 17,000 record, tab-separated file with 29 fields providing rich product and process details such as number of stars, pull requests, commits, committers, the associated company name, license, and the heuristics used in the selection. We performed a preliminary analysis on the collected details to get a picture of how enterprise software is developed. Overall, we see that projects are staffed by a plurality of enterprise insiders who appear to be pulling more than their weight. Regarding the distribution of contributors, across all selected projects, we found that 33% of the authors and 24% of the committers are associated with the project's dominant domain. Similarly, regarding the distribution of work, 47% of the commits are made by the enterprise's authors and 41% of the commits are made by the corresponding committers. The most popular top-level domains are .com, .io, and .de for Germany. Similarly, those associated with the highest number of GitHub projects are Microsoft, Azure, Google, Twitter, 18F, Udacity, SAP, and Netflix. In total, according to the SPDX identifiers, the projects are licensed using 29 different open source licenses. The two most common ones are the MIT and the Apache 2.0, with a GPL version 2 or 3 license used only by 780 projects. How can you use this dataset? The list is endless. You can study the involvement of enterprises in open source software development, open source software business models, the composition and structure of open source software supply chains and value chains, enterprise-driven global software development, differences between enterprise and volunteer-driven software development, as well as enterprise regulatory, compliance, and supply chain risks. Thank you for watching this. I hope you soon publish research based on this dataset.